Morning, everybody. Welcome to Mahopac High School Baseball. I'm Mike Mooney. I'm joined by my friend, Mr. Tony Lasco, also known as the Big Whistle. Today isn't just any game, it's a big game. Today, Mahopac is playing Carmel, but more importantly, this is the 10th annual Christopher Dean Tantalos tournament. Nick, Tony, we've seen a lot of these games before, and you never know what's going to happen between Mahopac and Carmel, and you never know what's going to happen in the Tantalos tournament.
No, that's you're 100% right, Mike. And first of all, it's an honor to be asked to do these games with you on TV, and it's an honor and it's a pleasure, and we're hoping for the best today. And like you said, the biggest rivalry in Section 1, as far as I'm concerned, between Mahopac and Carmel.
Well, this should be a good big game, but before the game, we got a little bit of a pregame chat. We're going to get the athletic director, Mr. Frank Millian, here. We're going to get Chris Tantalos' folks in here, Dean and Nielsa, and chat with them for a little bit, and then we'll get on with the game. So without any further delays, we'll get Coach Frank Millian here. Coach? Okay, we're here with the athletic director, Mr. Frank Mealy. Coach, you coached this team for 23 years.
22.
22, yeah, I keep saying 23.
22, I don't give my life away.
Anyway,
22.
Mahopac's playing Carmel here today, and besides the Mahopac-Carmel significance, you have the Christopher Dean Tantalos tournament going on here today. You want to explain a little bit to us about how this all came about and the significance of not only the game, but the tournament itself?
Well, I said it before when I introduced the girls teams that this tournament is in honor and the memory of probably one of the greatest baseball players that we've had in our program, Chris Tantalos, and his life was tragically cut short in a car accident, and we made this promise 10 years ago, and I said it, as long as I'm around and involved with the Mahopac School District, that we were going to keep Chris's memory alive. I think between dinner dances and things that you see at our field, between this tournament, girls softball, boys, I think we have a very prestigious tournament. I think if Chris was here, he really would be honored, and I know he's looking down from wherever he is and saying, hey, you know what, this is a pretty cool thing today.
10 years goes by in a hurry. When you look back on the 10 years and all the good that's come out of some tragedy, you look around the field and the batting cages and things like that, that's something you and the Tantalos committee have to be very proud of.
Well, to be honest, when you say 10 years, it's like, wow. Me personally, it looks like I could just look over one of my shoulders and see him coming onto this field. The way he was, his personality, just everything about him. He was, just one of those special kids. And to see, what we have in honor of him, scoreboards and new uniforms and different things, and the involvement I've had with the Tantalos family and how great they are and community-minded, and something good has definitely come out of something bad, and I wish it never happened, but here we are, and it did happen, and we're just making the best of it.
Your fondest memory of Chris Tantalos yourself?
Probably just taking us to the state championship 2 years in a row, and I was reading in the paper the other day how Frank Mealy, rode the back of Chris Tantalos for those 2 years, and I didn't ride just his back. I was all over him. And was I the easiest person to get along with? Probably not. If he was here today, say, Coach Mealy was pretty tough on me. But I got to tell you, he never looked at you the wrong way. He always accepted whatever you gave him, and that's why he was the champion that he was, and that's why we were champions, and he made me look good, believe me, in my career.
Yeah, which is good. Your career, 22 years. Do you miss it?
Well, if I said I didn't, I'd be lying. People have asked me over the last 10 years. The other day I was in the dugout during a JV game, and, there was a play, and all of a sudden I, yelled out, and even the official goes, Frank, you don't coach anymore. And I kind of said, holy shoot, I didn't. I thought I had my uniform. I think my uniform was under my clothes. At any time, I can kind of, rip these things off like Superman and come back. But I think in my next career, it's possible I might be coming back as far as a coach somewhere, whether at the high school level, at the college level, I don't know. Do I miss it? I'm a baseball coach. I'm a coach. Everything I do is, I wake up in the morning as a coach. I go to bed as a coach. So here I am, and so it's a great job and a great place to be.
Well, you're always great at it, and you always be great at it, and we want to thank you for being on the show this morning, and God bless you and everything you do here.
You guys are Tony Lasco. Geez, Tony Lasco, what can you say about him? Him and his whole family. Well, that's absolutely true. And you, Mike, what can I say about you? But, you're a great friend. Both you guys are great friends. And, you're in my will. You're like number 3,855 for everything that you've done. By that time, you'll probably get a penny.
What can we expect to see your grandson on the field here?
Very very shortly. As a matter of fact, I'm a little disappointed because I'm missing this T-ball game and nobody gave me an update.
Update. You haven't got the text message.
No, but he'll be here somewhere, and probably in the next 10 years, and what an honor that'll be.
That's for sure. Well, Coach, thank you very much for being on the show, and good luck to you the rest of the day.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for everything. Okay.
Okay, next up we have the parents of Christopher Dean Tantalos. We're going to have Dean and Nielsen come on in here and talk to them for a bit. Dean, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good. Come on in the middle here. We got whoop.
There you go.
This is Dean Tantalos and Nielsen Tantalos. These are the parents of Christopher Dean Tantalos. Dean, we'll start with you. 10 years.
It's pretty amazing how time flies, how time goes by very quickly. It's kind of unbelievable that he's been gone 10 years. I still remember him just like it was yesterday. Still miss him each and every day. But it's tournaments like this that the community comes together to help the Tantalos family to get this tournament underway each and every year, along with the fundraiser that we have, the memorial dance, and keeps my family going, keeps his memory alive, and we're just grateful to everybody in the Mahopac community and the surrounding areas as well.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of, as you talk to Coach or Athletic Director Frank Mead, a lot of good has come out of a tragedy here. You look around today, and even the things we add every year, the number 25 emblazoned on the infield on the hill. Those are all special things that happen from year to year, and you grow and you build on this thing. And this thing has really taken off in 10 years. And today we have a little special surprise in that your son Steven is on the varsity for the first time. What do you feel about that?
Obviously, we knew it was going to happen one day where he'd be playing in this tournament. Once again, time goes by very quickly. It's kind of a special day for me and my wife. Obviously, we saw Chris in his career. What a career he had, obviously. Now to see his younger brother in the Mahopac uniform and to play in this brother tournament, I think is something very special. Trying to not to get too emotional, but obviously, to watch Steve go out on that field today is going to make me and my wife very, very proud. And to say the least, he took in his brother's footsteps as far as he makes his living on that mound along with playing some infield.
My kind of guy is a pitcher. Neil, so I'm going to ask you a question. I know my own wife and Mrs. Alasko, when you talk to the mothers of the players, they always get a little bit nervous. How do you feel when Steven's playing?
I enjoy watching him. I see a lot of maturity in him because of the fact that he had watched his brother from day one. And I'm very proud of him. And he keeps his focus. And that's what makes me more proud of him because he's intense. He enjoys it. He loves it. And I can't ask for better. He's a great kid.
I remember him throwing out the first pitch of the tournament.
Yeah, many years ago, right?
He threw out the last pitch.
And now he's here playing, which is something. And next year he'll be a senior in Storm, which would be even more special. So you guys have a long day ahead of you. You're great parents. You got a lot of great friends. You got a lot to be happy about, a lot to be proud of. I want to thank you both for being on the show here today. And hopefully Mahopac will bring home a victory for you guys here today.
Without a doubt.
Well, looking forward to this one. I mean, each and every year has been special as far as the Tantalos tournament. This year's kind of a little bit more special as far as it means more than just winning the tournament. I mean, the Mahopac team has the league championship at stake, so obviously that game against Carmel is going to be huge. Not only for the sake of winning the tournament, which each and every year we get kids that come into the program, can't wait to play in this tournament, and they try to go out and win it for my family and obviously for themselves. I mean, that's how much this tournament means to them. But to go out there and win the Tantalos tournament and at the same time come one step closer to winning a league championship is going to be even that much better.
Well, let me ask you a question. I asked Nielsen about the butterflies in her stomach. When your son is on the mound, who feels it more, you, Nielsen, or your son?
I think I do. As Nilser said, I mean, Steve's come a long way. He's matured. He watched his brother play. I'm actually very proud of him. He's been put in some pressure situations. He's been used in relief this year. He's come into a couple of crucial games, obviously the Yorktown game, which he ended up winning. They handed him the ball in the bottom of the seventh in a tie game at Yorktown, went 3 innings. Pitched well and got the win. I brought him in some other relief situations that he's done well in. So it seems as though those pressure situations are helping them to mature even that much more. Coach Miller is bringing them along slowly, which I'm grateful for. But I'll tell you what, as far as myself, just like Chris, watching Chris, I'm up in the back of that hill pacing back and forth with each and every pitch. Mike, you've had a son in this program, and
That's why it's
so have
much
you,
easier to have an
Tony,
infielder
and
as a son, an
I saw you
infielder.
guys as well. I mean, just pacing back and forth, and what more than a better place to live and to have your kid play whatever sport it might be than the town of Mahopac. I
And
mean,
especially in this program.
we
Yes,
all
this program's the
bleed
best.
blue and gold. The people are great. The community's great. You guys, I mean, I owe you guys,
Nothing.
no, I know.
Nothing.
but you guys have been there from
You
day
guys have
one
been
and
there
before,
from day
and you
one.
guys are here doing what you're doing today for us, and we appreciate everything. We love you guys. We love the community. Let's go Pack. Let's bleed some blue and gold
We're gonna
today.
change it a little bit. This year, Stephen requested not to throw out the first pitch.
Okay.
He's given it to his cousin,
All right.
who came from Queens,
Okay.
and his name is Christian.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll bring us some luck.
His last name
All right.
was
Well,
Tantalos.
Stephen, we'll make
No,
sure
he's
we get
Christian,
that first pitch
Casella.
on the film here today
Christian
because we've got a
Casella.
special guest here coming up to throw out the first pitch, and we'll be right back with the first pitch in just a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
He wanted it to be a surprise, but that's
fine.
This contest is between the Mahopac Indians and the visiting Carmel Rams. The starting lineups in a minute, and then we will have an introduction by Athletic Director Mr. Frank Neely, the Tantalos family, national anthem, and we'll have the first pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineups. For the Carmel Rams, headed by Coach Schilling, leading off, the shortstop, Nick Palmero. In left field, number 4, John Loria. In right field, number 8, Gaston Jonas. At third base, number 12, Ryan Schilling. At first base, number 14, Ian Anderson. Pitching, number 1, Brett Viola. In right field, number 34, Brandon Lugo. Designated hitter, number 10, Stephen McLeod. And at second base, number 2, Chris Harlan. And the rest of the Carmel Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Mahopac Indians. At the left field, number 32, the senior, Keith Matos. The pitcher, he's a captain, the senior, number 21, Chris Urker. At second base, the junior, number 17, Alec Patron. At shortstop, number 12, batting cleanup, the senior, Jim McGowan. In right field, number 24, the senior, Paul Harnish. At first base, number 13, he's a junior, Ryan Cook. And catching behind the plate, the senior, number 5, John Maloney. The designated hitter, number 4, Tanner Diebold. At third base, the designated hitter, he's a senior, number 6, Chris Roberts. Chris Roberto, I think. And in center field, number 18, he's a junior, Jeremy Love. Coaches for Mahopac are Chris Miller, Mike Evers, and Brett Schmidt, and the rest of your Mahopac Indians. Umpires for today's game in behind home plate are Ray Sarcone, and the bases are Al Nietzsche. Now we'll turn your attention to the field. Coach and Athletic Director, Mr. Frank Neely. Now that one.
This on? Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone. That it's 10 years that we're honoring the memory and the legacy of probably one of our finest baseball players, Chris Tantalos. Just like to say thanks to the Carmel Rams for partaking of our I think a tremendous tournament. Congratulations to our own athletes for an outstanding season. And like I said, today is a very special day. Just like to read a couple of paragraphs. If you hear, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're a real true athlete, these two paragraphs will really hit home. This was an inspiration to all who knew him. A generous young man with a decided very early that he wanted to read it out. Fans, bear with me. Thank you. That
Having a little technical difficulty with the microphone there, but Coach Milley's reading off a statement about Christopher Tantalos and what he meant to the Mahopac program here in baseball. And this is obviously the 10th anniversary of the Tantalos tournament. Today, Mahopac will be playing the Carmel Rams, and you can see both teams lined up along the sideline there as he reads this speech out. Hopefully, the sound will come back shortly. Face us.
Sports is a great thing. All right, it teaches you a lot in life. All right, when you play, whether it be baseball, softball, or some other sport, all right, you're taught one thing. You're taught that hard work, dedication, everything you put into it makes you a winner. Not everyone can be as good as the guy next to him. But one thing it does teach you, you guys go out, listen to your coaches, and give 110% that day. It taught you something about life. Because whether it be on a baseball field or later on as you go into the working field, you've learned one thing from being a sportsman. You're going to go out and give 110%. And if you could go out and do that
You're going to be very, very successful in life. And that's what sports teaches you. That's what it's all about. Being competitive, working hard, and giving 110%. And obviously there could only be one winner, but if you guys went out and gave it your all right, you're a true champion. Because you gave your coach, you gave yourself a chance to win. And you'll be a winner in life. Other than that, I don't want to tie this up too much longer. All right, once again, I'd like to welcome Coach Gilly and the Carmel Rams. As far as Mahopac, you guys know, I bleed blue and gold. All right, I will always be there for you. And I appreciate everything that you guys have done, what the coaching staff has done, what Coach Feely has done. And as far as the Mahopac community goes, they've been very, very supportive, along with the talents around us. And on behalf of the Tantalos family, I just want to thank everybody, and we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.